Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy and welcome back to the South Korean ladder in September 2025. I believe this game has been played on the 25th September 2025, and as you can see from the graphics, finally I made it to remastered graphics. I've connected my main PC with my mobile device. I found a device that is actually allowing internet from my mobile phone towards the computer, so great stuff finally to be able to cast in remastered graphics here for you. Like I told you, it's September 25th 2025. We do have spawning in the upper left part in the red, it is Flash, and his opponent here in the upper right part in the orange, it is Queen with his AK. They do play here on the South Korean ladder. Very high APM here for both players. Looks like a serious game here actually from both players, so this could of course be anytime a final from a grand tournament, but right now it's just around the 20-minute mark, as you can see from the timer game in between them on a 4 spawning location map. So we should have a very interesting game here in between them, and a lucky scout here for Queen actually, who is moving towards the right direction, straight towards the expansion point here from Flash, and Flash opting to wall off. I believe this is a scouting SCV and actually goes for a supply depot into a barracks. In the meantime, it looks like Queen going straight for a overlord into expansion here for him. So standard build open up here for both players, but Queen might have the smaller advantage here with his overlord. At the same time, a very good scout here for Flash, so Flash could actually punish this fast expansion attempt by Queen with a bunker rush. So bunker rush could be a possibility here for Flash. Let's see if he's going to opt to go for this. In the meantime, there's the overlord for Queen to the main. Still some SCVs are getting spawned, and gas is being taken here by Queen with a spawning pool as well. So of course the SCV is going to try to stay as much as he can, just to see when or if it's going to be a tier 2 upgrade at around the 2-minute and 50-second mark. Usually the time here for the Zergs to go for a tier 2 upgrade in order to have some Mutalisk to harass the Terran. Let's see if this is indeed the option for the Zerg. In the meantime, the wall of will be very likely completed here by Flash with another supply depot. SCV still being annoying here to try to deny a little bit of a mining time from the opponent. Now the spawning pool will finish very soon, so with that, very likely we will have indeed a tier 2 upgrade for Queen. So standard stuff here for both players, nothing out of the ordinary. Flash pretty much knowing now that it is going to be indeed a Mutalisk, of course, in normal build order for any Zerg versus a Terran. And yeah, is it going to be mass Marines here for Flash? We're about to find out. Either that, or is he very likely going to transition towards mech units in the middle of the game. We did see him transition a lot of time towards tanks and Goliaths, even vultures, in order to fend off the late attack by the Zerg. So yeah, currently, like I told you, pretty standard stuff. Marines are getting spawned. We do also have the production tab here in the upper left part, just in case I'm missing something. There is the speed for the Zerglings. There is tier 2 upgrade, which is about to get finished very soon here for Queen. At the same time, more overlords are getting more and more of a map control here and map vision actually here for Queen. So yeah, SCV is moving forward, tries to see the spire or even try to delay the spire here a little bit. So nice move by Flash, but in the end he sees of course that it is going to be Mutalisk for the Zerg. So yeah, let's have a look at the worker count. More workers of course here for Flash. The Zergs do lose 1 worker, and we have an interesting factory here for Flash with an engineering bay perhaps very soon for him, in order to have some defenses versus the first incoming wave for Queen. A nice hidden hatchery here for Queen, not going for a second expansion, going for a macro hatch, so he's going pretty much all in here with his Mutalisk gameplay. Let's see if he's going to be successful versus Flash, who is going actually for a starport, so he's not opting to go for some engineering bay turret defense. He's actually going for a starport. It's very likely going to be Valkyries. Wraiths could also be a possibility. I don't think it's going to be science vessels. There's an armory and another supply depot here for him, so it looks like a interesting option for him. Perhaps some Goliaths will also be added here by him, but currently it's just vultures with speed and an engineering bay is also being added by him with a bunker, interesting enough. So very nice defensive gameplay here actually by Flash, waiting for the first Mutalisk to arrive here towards his base. So yeah, let's just see what Queen is going to be able to do. Is he going to be lucky to snap some SCVs here from the opponent? Is going to be able to damage the economy from Flash? We're about to find out very soon as the first wave of Mutalisk will start. At the same time, we have a nice hybrid stand, so it could be a fast transition towards lurkers very soon. So this could be only a fake attempt here by Queen, and it could be a fast transition towards lurkers. Might be even a drop with lurkers if he upgrades the transportability by those overlords. In the meantime, he's just chasing those vultures. Of course, Flash tries to counter the Mutalisk gameplay with some vulture harassment, and there's the response here by Queen with a sunken colony that is about to be upgraded very soon. So with that, of course, the Mutalisk can move out. Currently 7 Mutalisk here for Queen, as the first Valkyrie has also arrived here for Flash. Second one is also getting produced. So yeah, it's pretty much delayed of an attack here by Queen. There are the 2 vultures that has bought so much time here for Flash, but in the end the sunken is ready. So the second Valkyrie will hatch very soon. We do have indeed lurker upgrade. We also have a nice hidden scourge here from Queen, a very smart move by him. The Flash of course doesn't see those two scourges. Of course he's going to try to do an attack with those Valkyries very soon. But yeah, indeed a very smart move by Queen, hiding those 2 scourge into the group of Mutalisk. At the same time now finally some attack might happen here. Of course Flash is very carefully microing those Valkyries, a very valuable unit here for him. And yeah, there we have actually more barracks getting produced here by Flash. So we don't really have a transition by him towards mech. It's going straight for more bio, more marines, more medics, and his defense is actually looking very good here versus the opponent. At the same time just planting some mines here, so playing very nice, very carefully. In the meantime, Queen might try to take another expansion, either that or, like I told you, it could be a drop with some lurkers, but there is detection. There are some turrets here, also a turret here into this location. So Flash having very good defenses. Team is about to get finished also here for him. There's already 3 Valkyries, so the harassment from Queen not really dealing any damage towards the economy, and Flash also slowly but steadily closing towards 50 workers here versus the 29 from Queen. And a nice delay here by Flash, a very smart move indeed with this one mine, buying so much time. Queen sadly not being able to place a hatchery there, so he has to find another spot, either that or he has to wait for an overlord to come forward, and Flash even buying more time, snapping this one drone. So very good harassment here by Flash, with only 2 vultures being able to delay the mining here from Queen, to delay the second expansion point, and actually even the Queen's Mutalisk have to stay back to fend off the attack. There we even have some scourges here, and actually Flash deciding to move out towards the first expansion point here from the opponent. At the same time showing this move out, having 4 Valkyries already in the air, quite strong versus the Mutalisk, and of course the scourges here from Queen. So let's see what's going to happen. Flash really wanting not to allow Queen to go for his other expansion point. A little bit of a risky move here by Queen with those scourges. Second scourge now finally getting some connections. 1 Valkyrie has been snapped. Flash trying of course his best to out micro here Queen, at the same time securing this zone right here, very important for him. But the expansion has been planted into this location. At the same time he's also deciding to go for an expansion. So very interesting move here by Flash, moving forward, getting some good mine connections against the lurkers. Perhaps he might even be lucky to snipe a lurker here. So Queen sadly with a little bit of a bad micro, losing an important unit towards marines. Nice scan here by Flash, he might take out another lurker. So Queen looks like he's opting to go for his defenses towards his expansion point, taking the high ground, and with that of course dealing massive amounts of splash damage. With that actually holding an important expansion for him. A very smart move by him, actually walking throughout the map with those lurkers. Very nicely done by him. Let's have a look into his expansion point. and into his main, already having tier 3. Is he going for some defilers? Indeed, defilers, good option for him. Some guardians could also be a nice option for him with a greater spire, or even ultras could also be an option for him. In the meantime, Flash also tries, of course, to secure the middle of the map. Nice bouncing mine by him, having lots and lots of Marines, medics and Valkyries. Let's check his main, some CVs on idle. Still mass bio production. Is it going to be more Marines? No, actually he's now transitioning towards mech, like I told you. So into the middle part of the game, around the 10-minute mark, he's actually opting to go for some factories. So it's going to be a pretty much full-on transition here by him towards mech. Let's have a look. Is this another factory for him? Yes, indeed. As he also tries, of course, to delay the mining time here from Queen with some irradiance towards the lurkers. But a very hard position here. He's actually steaming up, he's moving forward, tries to micro those Marines, take some damage, but more lurkers do arrive here with the Nido Swarm. So with that, Queen, of course, should be able to hold this ramp. And yeah, Queen, like I told you, very important to secure this second expansion for him. In the meantime, the SCV is actually mining here, so some militaries could actually deal some important damage towards this location right here. But interesting enough, Queen perhaps did send out, no, there they are. So interesting enough here, Queen deciding to hold back those mutalisks. The mutalisks could, of course, have dealt lots and lots of damage here towards the expansion point from Flash. But yeah, Flash at the same time having a good map presence, having great vision here into the map, and also deciding to take the 9 o'clock position here as well. So very nice macro game by him, even adding a drop ship. Let's see where exactly is he going. I believe he's going straight towards this expansion point right here, as there are so many lurkers. He might try to overfly them with a group of Marines. Either that, some vultures could also be a possibility for him. Let's see if he's going to be able to deal some damage towards a Queen right here. I believe it's going to be a vulture drop backed up by some Valkyries, as Queen also taking yet another expansion. So also very smart move by Queen as well. And there's the dropship by Flash. Some vultures, of course, try to pay the attention from Queen towards somewhere else, and there's the drop happening here. Could be a nice snap from Flash with 4 vultures now going straight towards the main. Queen is reacting nicely, but it's very hard to out micro against so many vultures now placed in the back. So defensive Dark Storm has to be used by Queen in order to fend off this attack. In the end, it's going to be sniped, but some economic damage has been taken here by Queen. We actually have another drop happening with some mines now, so a couple of Zerglings will be sent here forward, and even more reinforcements have to be used here by Queen, as Flash with a great attempt here, moving forward, waiting of course for the Dark Swarm to expire in order to deal more damage towards the economy. At the same time, he's also expanding, as you can see in the lower left part. So while attacking, he's expanding. Very nicely done here by Flash, and he might even be lucky to snipe more drones right here. So like I told you, there is the expansion, even guarded by some Marines. At the same time, we do have a drop actually into the main, so great multitask here by Flash, even catching me off guard, catching of course Queen off guard as well. Very hard situation here for Queen, as the drop has happened here at two positions here. So smart move indeed by Flash, showing us actually how strong it can be to do a drop into the middle of the game and just hurting the economy from the opponent, buying time for your own macro game. And yeah, with that, also having vision here with the Ultras then for Queen. So yeah, Queen quite struggling here. Of course, he has another expansion, he's defending pretty well, but his economy did lose some workers, as yeah, just Flash keeps on expanding all over the map, having good defenses. Perhaps this base right here is not really that well defended. Only some medics here to heal the SCVs, and yet another drop is happening. So Queen pretty much under siege by those drops by Flash, not really reacting well. Now finally having to use the Dark Storm again. At the same time, we have another run by here by Flash, but it will be fended off very soon here by Queen. However, at what cost? Queen having to rebuild all of those drones. Like I told you, very hard game for him indeed. With that, of course, Flash is buying more time for his macro game, for all of those factories at home for him to build, and all of those upgrades for him to kick in. And I believe Ultrarisk might be the saving grace here for for Queen very soon, but he has to hurry up as Flash actually moving now forward with lots and lots of tanks. Only 0 to 1 upgrades. Marines should also have some upgrades, but yeah, Flash slowly but steadily moving more closer towards the main expansion point here from the opponent. So yeah, like I told you, only those ultra risk might be the saving grace here for Queen. Actually, ultra risk with the Dark Swarm, of course, having to be used here in order to defend the expansion point. At the same time, Flash also having some units here, so a great multitask indeed by him. There's the movement out here by Queen, luckily and smartly, but a great defensive matrix here onto those tanks. Also a good reaction here by Flash, nicely microing those units out of danger. And this one tank, I believe 1 HP for him, 2 HP actually for him. And at the same time the upgrades have finished, so 2 to 1 tanks here onto the ground for Flash, as some mutants will try of course to fend this off, but a great reaction here by Flash with those Valkyries. Queen of course tries his best to out micro the units here, but reinforcements are going forward. No interesting, no Goliaths here for Flash, but there's another Valkyrie in the air, so Flash actually now looking very good. His tanks are in hold position. Very hard for Queen to move here out. Let's see how he can defend this one. Science vessel has been taken out at the same time. Flash now moving forward with his vultures, with his tanks at 2 positions, so Queen pretty much under siege. A very difficult situation here for him indeed, as the tanks for Flash are slowly but steadily gaining more and more of a ground control. In the meantime, more expansions are moving here forward. Now finally a good move by Queen. Not that many air defenses for Flash, so perhaps a little bit of a mistake. He did lose those Valkyries. Some tanks will be sniped. Dark Swarm available of course for the Zerg in order to defend here, but the supply is now looking of course in favor for Flash, as some Goliaths will be able to fend this off in the end. So yeah, what can Queen do? Like I told you, he's waiting perhaps for those ultras to hatch. Now there they are with the upgrades to be finished very soon. 4 to 1 upgrade speed should be finished very soon for Queen, and with that he might come back into this game, as he's now pretty much under siege by Flash with those upgraded units. Let's see, is he going to try perhaps a fake attempt to do some drop? No, he's actually having units here, so he's going straight towards a drop towards those tanks. A very smart move here indeed by Queen. Tanks are nicely getting microed here by Flash, but Queen nicely reacting with the Dark Swarm, so now Flash all of a sudden in a difficult situation here. Queen with a great drop, a great defensive drop for him. Not all of those units from Flash are here to fight, as lots of them here into this location, keeping Queen at bay. And now more damage is being taken here by Flash, as the Ultra Risk of course in position here ready to defend, but it looks like Flash seems to be having enough to hold this position, this important position here by him. And yes, slowly but steadily we turn towards the end game. Let's see what is going to happen. Are those Ultras going to be ready to save Queen? It doesn't really look like it, as those Queens, so yes, those mines have gained some great connections here. At the same time, this barracks also giving good information here for Flash. We do have a great drop happening here towards a newly established base here by Flash, but Flash even having scan available and units available here, even importantly to defend versus the drop. A very good attempt here indeed by Queen. Not that many workers have been lost however here by Flash, as he's just still holding his ground there. At the same time now Queen finally being able to liberate himself, but sadly for him mismicroing those important units, the Defilers getting sniped here. A little bit of a mistake here by Queen. Perhaps he was busy microing those units out of danger. And yeah, reinforcements are available here for Queen. It's just Ultra Risk. Those Defilers would have been very important for him. Lots and lots of mines onto the ground. Queen is moving forward, but the mines to get some good connections. And yeah, some tanks are even more available here for him, as Queen is dropping to 59 workers versus the 81 already here for Flash. No more Dark Swarm available here for Queen. He has to attack of course, but it looks like Flash might have done it here. He has so many vultures in the front. The tanks aren't really being touched. Only one Mutalisk is attacking them. So it looks like indeed Flash seems to be winning this game. Let's have a look. Mutalisk are still attacking here. the units from Flash, but not that really much is being available. Actually, the Vultures now moving forward towards those drones. Finally, a Dark Swarm will arrive very soon here for Queen. Is it going to be enough? However, at the same time, Queen actually moving here forward and sniping the units from Flash. But the real action, of course, happening here towards the main expansion point. Even Plague has been used now here by Queen, so Queen still into this game, even casting Plague onto his own mid list. Being able to move here forward, he's going to try a counter attack towards the lower part, but in the end he has to, of course, GG out, as the main expansion point would have been sniped here by Flash. A good economy still here for Queen, as you can see. He could have even came back towards this game, if you ask me. But yeah, Flash just gaining more and more of a map control with all of those expansions. While attacking, he did expand, and I believe Queen, realizing this, of course, he wouldn't have really have had a chance to come back into this game, even though he was able to clear this out. Those tanks, of course, in the end would have been able to take out the expansion, and the worker around pretty much overwhelming here towards the favor of Flash. Let's just check those stats very quickly here, as a lot of units, of course, have been killed here. Flash producing around 300, only losing half amount of it, so those tanks nicely guarded by the Vultures. Not that many Goliaths available for him. Valkyries have been sniped. Structures and resources is going to be very important. Gas-wise, pretty much the same amount. However, mineral-wise, Flash having, of course, more minerals. Lots and lots of more workers than the opponent. And yeah, I believe this was, of course, his advantage. So very nice game here from both players, like I told you, in September 2025 on the 25th. Luckily and happily here for me with remastered graphics. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. It's Tommy signing out.